Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Med Edophilia, and in today's video I'll be discussing about how to make notes. Making notes is just not copying the entire textbook into your notebook. There's a lot more in making notes, and I would say note making is just an art. This is an important skill and habit that every student needs to have. So let's quickly reveal all the secrets about how to make your perfect notes for your study preparation. So now that we are moving towards a technological world and everything is available online just in a click. So why should you even make notes? And what's the importance of having your own notes while there are so many notes available online? So the answer to this question is that your notes is 100 times better than others' notes. So how do I say it so confidently? Simple, just by personal experience. Every individual has a different learning speed. Your strengths and weaknesses may not even coincide with that of your classmates. So your own notes will be personalized and will be customized to your learning style. And when you write them down in your own handwriting, your brain recognizes it better. So you will tend to remember the things you have written in your notes faster. So why are we even making notes? What are its benefits? The most important advantage of making notes is that you get all at one place. Okay, so taking NEET exam itself, you have to first follow NCRT. Then if you're going to any coaching or you're doing self study by referring to online resources, watching online lectures, you again need to follow those, and from those you will gather few important points. So every time before an exam, will you even have time to do all this? No, you won't. So you feel that you cannot complete the portions before the exam and you tend to skip the exam itself. So by making your own notes, this will help you bring all the points you have gathered from different sources into one single book at one single place. So by doing this, you can very quickly revise just before an exam. So this will avoid confusion of referring to multiple books and online resources during the last minute, especially when you will be under stress and you will be panicked at that time. Okay, so always referring to one single page when you've written all the important concepts and formulae in that notes. Okay, and when you refer them and go, you will save time, and this is smart learning. So now that you've understood the importance of making your own notes, and now that you've realized and understood its benefits, let's look at how to actually make your own notes, the perfect notes. So there are four phases to it. Phase one is just scribbling. So this phase is the first time when you read and understand a concept, whether in a class, okay, in your school, or while you're attending a lecture, online, offline, anything. So it's just that when your teacher says something and you feel that's important and that will help you understand a concept better, you're going to write it down, scribble it down. So there is an advantage to this. This advantage is that not all classes are interesting, isn't it? Some classes you'll feel bored, you'll not have the mood to listen. You might just be after a meal, so you will feel sleepy. There are multiple environmental factors as well. Okay, so taking notes at this time during a lecture when your teacher is teaching, it'll make you more attentive. It'll make you keen on listening to every word of the teacher and noting it down so that later you won't have to be struggling with that particular concept. And when you actually write it down, you will understand a concept better. So at that particular time when you're not understanding a concept with which your teacher is explaining to you, you can immediately raise a doubt. So note making at this stage will help you overcome laziness and lethargy during a class. So I hope I've answered the query that many students have asked me, how not to feel sleepy during the class, how to improve your focus and how to concentrate, how to develop the interest, and how to improve your attention. So, whether a lecture is boring or interesting, it doesn't matter. It actually depends on how the teacher put it forward to you. Okay, so what should be your aim? Your aim should only be in gathering the important points because you are going to prepare for an exam, a competitive exam. So, you should be keen on listening and taking notes, which will help you improve your attention. All right. So this phase is called scribbling because your handwriting doesn't matter. Okay, you can copy it, you can note down and jot down what however you want. So what ultimately matters is whether you have written down all the important points what your teacher had said. So the first step is to understand the concept delivered by your teacher, and second step is assimilating that concept into the language and format of your understanding level. So the next phase of note making is concise. So this phase starts after 2 or 3 weeks, okay, when you get a grip of the entire chapter so well, when you are able to explain the chapter to others. That's how you should learn a chapter, okay? You should be that clear with all the concepts. And after you prioritize the most important topics, and you should have read NCRT multiple times, and you should have read and watched the lectures. If you're doing self study, you should have watched the lecture 1 or 2 times, and you should have gathered all the important points from the online lecture or the modules from your institute. So now you will everything will be there in your mind. You will be confident with that chapter. So you will know which is most important, which are the topics that you are you are forgetting most likely. Okay. So this phase is all about making it short and precise. First step is to avoid paragraph writing. Okay, you don't have to copy the paragraphs given in your textbook, NCRT textbook as such. That's not the aim of making notes. Let's look at how to make it short, crisp, and precise. So you need to convert paragraphs into points. Points for factual content, okay, dates for all those types of content, you need to write them in points. You need to draw diagrams for learning the structure, the anatomy. For most things in biology, a single diagram, okay, a single diagram will make you recollect up to 2 pages. So that's how powerful a diagram is. So automatically when you look at that diagram, everything related to that process, everything related to the mechanism should come to your mind just by looking at that single diagram. And then you can use flowcharts and cycles for understanding and quickly revising the processes and mechanisms. And then using tables for comparative analysis. For example, in mineral nutrition, the first part of the chapter is about all the minerals, essential minerals and non-essential minerals. And the second part of the chapter is nitrogen cycle. So you can easily compress this chapter in just into 2 pages. How? The first page will contain a table of all the elements. Where is its source? Okay, whether it's abundantly present in roots, shoots, okay, or young growing tips. So you can make a list of that. And for you to understand better, let me take the example of phosphorus from the chapter Mineral Nutrition. So for phosphorus or for any other element, I will make 3 columns. First, how is it observed as? Okay, absorbed as. Okay, first, Phosphorus is absorbed as phosphate ions, either as H2PO4 minus or HPO4 2 minus. That's the first column of how it is absorbed as. Okay. Second column is where is it present. So I will write there as cell membrane. It is present at cell membrane. Third column is the essential role played by phosphorus, that is the function. That will be my heading. So under that I will write it is used in making proteins, nucleic acid, nucleotides, and it is required in all phosphorylation reactions. So by doing this, just three columns, the source, that is how is it absorbed as, and where is it present abundantly, and what is its role, all the three can be covered, so you don't have to write paragraphs about this. Similarly you can do for other elements. So in this way you can compress the chapter. And the next part of the chapter was about nitrogen cycle. So the name itself will tell you a hint how to convert that into how to make it short. That is, you can just represent the whole thing, whole content given in the form of a cycle, so your learning will become easier. So by doing this you can just finish the chapter by just reading the 2 pages from your notes. The next way how to convert paragraphs shortly is that by making mnemonics and short tricks. So in your notes you can write those mnemonics for remembering examples, types. Okay, this is mainly useful for memory based content, so that you will be able to recollect it faster and easier. Now the second phase is over. What is the third phase? It's about upgradation, upgrading your notes. This is an important aspect of note making. Upgradation here means adding. You should always add new points to your notes as you come across new content, new concept, or new MCQs, or the MCQs which you have committed mistakes. Okay, when you commit mistakes on a similar type of concept, you need to note that down. Adding important statements and mistakes after solving MCQs and PYQs after you analyze your weakness and your mistakes. So this way you're working on your concepts, you're building your concepts as well as your MCQ solving skills. So the next time you see that question, you're not going to make the same mistake. So the last phase, that is the fourth phase, is reviewing and revising your notes periodically. In a single word, it is spaced repetition, an important study technique that all students must follow. So it's just not enough to make beautiful notes and keep it in your cupboard. Okay, you need to revise them regularly. So I told you all the benefits of note making and what all your notes should contain. Okay, scribbling, first phase, second phase was concise, third phase was upgradation. So you would have understood how important your notes are. So if you don't review them and revise them for every exam, every minor and major tests, what is the use of making them? So do you understand the importance of your notes? So this way, by spaced repetition, you will not forget what you've learned, as everything will be encrypted in your mind automatically, because you are going to look at the notes which you have written in your own handwriting multiple times before going to any test. So automatically all the points, all the mistakes you have committed in while solving questions, MCQs, you will not be doing that again. All the minute points that you tend to forget, you would have included in your notes. So you will never forget those notes. So you need to revise the notes every day by allocating 10 to 15 minutes. You might ask me, is that time enough? Yes, your notes for one chapter will just be maximum 3 pages, or if it's a very very long chapter, is going to be for 4 pages. That's it. 4 pages of your own handwriting. So how long will it take? It will take only 10 to 15 minutes. So this way you can even complete a chapter, the entire chapter. What happiness will it give you when you complete the entire chapter in just 10 to 15 minutes? That joy you experience, is just priceless. This way, by making your own super notes, you don't have to worry that you don't have time to revise everything before going to an exam. So do not give excuses for skipping the exam. So attend all the mock tests, all your exams with your own notes, and you will see better results definitely. So that's it about the art of note making. I hope you will follow this and see commendable changes in your results. Thank you so much for watching.